Ladies and gentlemen, Halloween Horror Nights has finally arrived, and I gotta ask you, do you have your game plan ready? Are you ready to make the most of your night here at HHN? If not, don't worry, I am here to help. Hello everybody, welcome to another Vincent Vision WACHOW. Today, I want to give you guys a crash course on Halloween Horror Nights 2024. If you are watching this video, it is because you are getting ready to experience the event for yourself, and I'm going to give you some kind of last minute important info to know once you are on the ground, okay? Once you've entered the park or you're getting ready to go, you're at the hotel or whatever. I've done a video already on tickets and everything you need to know before the event. Let's talk about what happens when you're actually here. I'm gonna try to make this a quick one just so you get all the essential info, so I hope you enjoy this. And if you're looking for more Universal content like this one, more Halloween Horror Nights content like this, please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And yes, before anyone says anything in the comments, I'm gonna use this little microphone. I'm gonna hold it like this. I promise you the audio sounds better when I do it like this, and that matters a lot to me. So let's talk about Halloween Horror Nights. There's a lot you're gonna need to know about this event. But the most important thing you're gonna wanna know going in is where all of the haunted houses are, right? Universal just put out the map for this year's event, and it shows us where each of the entrances are for the 10 haunted houses this year. So running through the park, we're gonna start with Monstros, the Monsters of Latin America. This is right here by the entrance to Despicable Me. The next one over is A Quiet Place. This is gonna use the rocket stage area for their queue. Over by the Jimmy Fallon ride is the entrance to Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Over in the New York section, right by the tribute store, this is where you're gonna find the entrance to Insidious the Further and the Triplets of Terror. Then we go down over to the middle of the park, where we have Major Sweets' Candy Factory, right by Fast and Furious. Then we pass through San Francisco, we head all the way to the back near Men in Black. This is where we're gonna have Goblin's Feast and Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodlines. Over by the Men in Black gift shop is where we have the entrance to Slaughter Cinema 2. And then over by the Quickie Mart in the Simpsons area is where we have the entrance to the Museum Deadly Exhibits. Now, this year, the whole back of the park is kind of switched around a little bit. Typically by the Men in Black bathrooms is where you'd have the entrance to 2 haunted houses. Now it's just Slaughter Cinema. And this is the first time in a while that a house has used the Simpsons queue for their line. I am, of course, talking about the Museum Deadly Exhibits. But what's even newer than all of that is Goblin's Feast and Universal Monsters have been moved to the back of the park. They are now tents all the way in the Universal backstage specifically for those houses. And because of that, you now have to enter near the Men in Black ride, kind of like right next to Nightmare Fuel. You're gonna go through, there's a path that's gonna lead you all the way to the backstage area where you'll be able to get to the actual entrance of those haunted houses over there. There's also been some pretty big changes in the Stay and Scream options as well, which I'll talk about a little later. But I just wanted to give you guys a lay of the land as far as where all of the haunted houses are, because that is going to be the most important thing that you will need to know for this year's event. Also, look at this. This is fun, huh? This little camera allows me to run here. Wee! Halloween Horror Nights! This isn't gonna be used for Halloween Horror Nights. There's no nighttime show this year, but I don't know, I just thought this would be a fun place to talk. Anyway, moving on. Ahoy mateys, pop quiz. Do you know where I'm at in the park right now? I'll give you a hint. The building, the restaurant is right behind me. I am at Lombard's Landing, and I'm here because this year's Stay and Screams have been shaken up a little bit. The ever-popular Central Park is no longer a spot for Stay and Scream. This is the haunted houses that would typically lead you to what they call the parade buildings in the back of the park. Now, since they're not using those this year, there are now 3 Stay and Scream areas that you can utilize. There is the New York section, there is now the Lombard San Francisco / World Expo area, and the Today Cafe. And just to give you a quick little refresher on what Stay and Scream is, this is for people who either have the Scream early ticket, have a way into the park before the event starts, and of course, they have their Halloween Horror Nights ticket. These are holding areas in the park that you're gonna be able to stay in while they turn it over for Halloween Horror Nights. And the benefit for these are that they give you sort of first dibs into the haunted houses that are nearby. What are those haunted houses, you ask? Now, starting with arguably the most popular Stay and Scream area for Halloween Horror Nights, New York, right behind me. This is where you're gonna get early access into Ghostbusters and Insidious. So if you are wanting to start your night off with those haunted houses, you're gonna wanna hang out in that area. What's really nice about the New York Stay and Scream 2 is that it's very big, it's very spacious, and you have access to the Finnegan's restaurant. What they'll typically do is, if you wanted to like sit down and have food at Finnegan's while you were waiting for the event to start, they usually do a first come, first served basis. You can grab a table wait for the event to start, and then typically for like those soundstage haunted houses like Ghostbusters and Insidious this year, they'll let you in usually around like 5:15, 5:30. Those are gonna probably be two of the biggest haunted houses this year, so it's not a bad idea to start there. Now, if we come down this way, over here, also I'm using the little face tracking as you can see, pretty nifty, huh? This is all gonna be Lombard's I've gone too far. This is all gonna be Lombard's San Francisco. And this Stay and Scream is gonna lead you into two of the tent haunted houses, Goblin's Feast and Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodlines. I'm a big fan of like starting with like the back haunted houses because these are kind of out of the way, and a lot of people who just show up, they kind of just like rush the first haunted houses they see, which are typically the sound stages. So if you're starting in the back over here, you're gonna get first dibs at 4 haunted houses back here that may not have a very long line at the start of the night. There's one more Stay and Scream area that I've yet to mention, that is the Today Cafe that is right at the front of the park. And I would kind of look at this as like your plan B Stay and Scream, or your plan C even. This doesn't lead into any haunted houses. The Monsters of Latin America haunted house that's right by the Today Cafe doesn't open until park open, so you're not kind of getting like a early head start, so to speak. You're just in the park when the event starts. A big benefit of this area used to be that you would be able to see the opening ceremonies every night, but now that they've added that big archway, even if you're at the Today Cafe, you can't really like see what's going on. We've seen videos of Team Member Preview Night where Sinister and Surreal were up on the big platform. If you're at the Today Cafe, you're not gonna be able to see them. But you are gonna have access to AC, and I love the food at the Today Cafe. It's a good place to grab a meal, sit down, get some AC before the event starts. And if you're not trying to go straight to any of the haunted houses that open early, this is an option as well. Now, something else we've got to talk about here at Halloween Horror Nights is food. Food has become such a big part of the event, and we now have all of the menus for the different food booths that are going to be around the park this year. And there's a lot of food to cover and talk about. So instead, for this part of the video, I'm just going to show you where all the different food stands are and the menus for each of them. And you can pause it and slow it down or whatever to kind of look over everything like you would be looking over if you were actually at the event. So enjoy the menus for this year's Halloween Horror Nights food stands. So let's see. We talked about the haunted house locations. We talked about the food. We talked about Stay and Scream. Is there anything else I'm missing? Duh, the most important strategy last minute tip I can give you is relax and have fun, okay? Halloween Horror Nights is a pretty wild event. It can be very scary as well. It can be very busy. It's a lot of things. But one thing I know for sure is that this is the coolest event Universal puts on, and however you choose to enjoy it, you're gonna have a great time, okay? I love Halloween Horror Nights. This is a really exciting time of year to be here at Universal. I hope this video helps you. Thank you guys for watching another Vince in Vision. Please, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe for more Universal videos like this one. I look forward to hearing all about your Halloween Horror Nights experiences. If you have any other questions, please leave a comment down below. I will do my best to answer them for you. If you're looking to support me a little extra further, like all these wonderful people around me, consider joining my Patreon. That money goes to helping me make some better videos, and I've got some really cool stuff planned later this year. But apart from that, I am gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna get ready for my Halloween Horror Nights adventure. Thank you guys for watching another Vince in Vision, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye.